Hey all, it's Kate, and today I'm going to show you my TBR for the Cramathon. This is hosted by Whitney from Whitney Novels and Sarah from Sarah Without an H. It's basically a readathon where you try to read a whole bunch of like tiny books or like easy to read books in order to bring up your Goodreads goal, because most of us are failing at that. I know I'm definitely failing at that. I think I'm like 5 books behind or something like that. I'm not really following the challenges. I think I'll complete like 3 of them or something, possibly. But basically my goal with this is to read all the tiny books that I own on my bookshelf so that it gets rid of them for my physical TBR and it helps my Goodreads challenge. The first book I have is Trapped by Michael Northrop. This is a book about some kids who go to their school and there's a blizzard and they get stuck in school. They have to survive. This was a book, it's that book that when you were in middle school, it was really like highly advertised because of the book fair, you know? And it's just so good because they made like a trailer for it and everything, and you went out and bought it and you never read it. Well, that's this book, but it's very tiny and it has a very like cool feeling cover, if that makes sense. It's not like the velvety kind, it's this strange different kind, but I like it. The next book I have is Deep, Dark, and Dangerous by Mary Downing Hwan. I don't know anything about this book except that it's looks super creepy, honestly. It's very short and I'm kind of torn between thinking that it's like a really intense horror book and kind of a children's book, so I guess we'll see which one it is. The next book is Baby by Patricia McLaughlin. This is something I got a long time ago, and it's basically about a family who has a baby in a basket that shows up on their porch, you know, the typical thing. But then they grow attached to it, but then I guess there was a note in there saying that the person will come back for the baby eventually, so they don't want to let it go. Get my drift? It seems kind of heartbreaking, but it's very short, so we'll see how they pack the heartbreak into like a little more than 100 pages. The next book I have is the tiniest book on my entire bookshelf, and I don't even know how I came into possession of this book, but it's The Crossing by Carrie Paulson. This is actually just over 100 pages, like 110 or something. It is so tiny, like not just in length, but in like size. Like this is my head, and this is the book. It's kind of ridiculous. Wait, I'm gonna line it up with my chin here. It's tiny. This book covers a very interesting topic for me though, because this follows a boy named Manny who is trying to cross the border into Texas, and he lives in Juarez, Mexico, which is a kind of border town, I guess. And this is kind of close to home because I live in Texas and I'm very familiar with that issue, so it's going to be interesting to read this perspective of it. The last book I have is quite an interesting one, I must say, because do you know when you're in elementary school and then your teacher has like that bookshelf in the corner of their room with like a bunch of books on it, and then they say, oh, whenever you're done with your work, go pick a book off the bookshelf and read it until everyone else is done? Well, this book is that one, and I never finished it. This book is Sheep by Valerie Hobbs. It's tiny, and it's literally a book from the perspective of a Border Collie. I remember that much, so I need to finish it. Oddly enough, I think this completes like one of the challenges for the Cramathon, but I'm just reading it because I bought it thinking, wow, I actually never finished this book in elementary school, and I picked it up so many times from that teacher's bookshelf. So it'll get done, no DNFs with this book. So that's just 5 books that I'm planning on trying to get to in the Cramathon. I actually am going on vacation, so we'll see how it goes. But I mean, it's a road trip, so I might have some time to read, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped. That's all for today. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye!